Sum number 11. An observer 1.5 meter tall is 20.5 meter away from a tower 22 meter high. Determine the angle of elevation of the top of the tower from the eye of the observation. So an observer is 1.5 meter and the tower is 22 meter high, and the distance between both is 20.5. Angle of evolution you have to find from the top of the tower from the eye of the observer. Suppose AB is the height of the observer, that is 1.5, and height of the tower is 22 meter, that is DC, and distance between both is 22.5 meter. Now angle of elevation from the observer and the top of the tower is theta. Okay, since object is in upward direction, so there is an angle of elevation. So you can see AB is the observer, and DC is the tower. The angle of elevation from the point A to the top of the tower DC be theta. Okay, therefore AB is equal to 1.5 meter and DC is equal to 22.2. Since this is 1.5 meter, that means EC is also 1.5 meter. There means only DE is equal to DC minus EC, so that will be 20.5 meter. Okay, again BC is equal to AE, BC is equal to 20.5 meter, both are 20.5 meter. So from triangle ADE you can say, from triangle ADE we can say that tan theta is equal to C. Here base is given, you have to find out the angle of elevation, and also it is known, it is 22.5. this value is 22.5. so both is known, so you can take base and perpendicular, both is known, so you can take tan theta equal to DE by A, so that is 20.5, that is equal to 1, that means tan 45 degree. So value of theta will be 45. Okay, now sum number 12. In the adjoining figure, the angle of elevation from a point P to the top of the tower QR is 60 degree, and which is 50 meter high, and that of PT from the point Q is 30 meter. So you have to find out the height of the tower. Okay, let's see the sum. So height of the tower QR is equal to 50 meter. The angle of elevation from the point P is 60. Okay, here the object is there, and here at the point observer is there, so angle of elevation will be 60. So therefore RPQ is equal to 60 degree. Again the angle of elevation from the point Q to the point T will be 30 degree. Okay, since observer is at Q and object is at T. Okay, the observer is seeing upward direction, the top of the tower, so TQP will be 30 degree. So you have to find out the height of this tower PT. So let the height of the tower TP is equal to X. Now if you consider the triangle PRQ, so here the angle is 60 degree and base is PQ and perpendicular is RQ. So you can say tan 60 degree equal to perpendicular by base, it is RQ by PQ. So value of tan 60 degree is equal to root 3 is equal to QR is 50 degree. So PQ will be 50 by root 3. Okay. Now if you consider the triangle PTQ, okay, PTQ, where angle is, the theta is 30 degree. So you can consider tan 30 degree is equal to perpendicular, that is TP, by base PQ. Now put the known value, that is 1 by root 3 equal to, here TP is equal to x by PQ. So what will be the PQ? PQ will be x equal to root 3. Now you equate this to PQ. So one value of PQ is x root 3 is equal to other value is 50 by root 3. So if you will cross multiply it, you will get x equal to 50 by 3, that is equal to 16.67. You can correct up to nearest number, that is 17 meter. So this is your answer. Okay. Now come to the next sum. This is very important sum. From a point P on the ground, the angle of elevation of a top of a 10 meter tall building and a helicopter hovering over the top of the building are 30 degree and 60 degree, okay, respectively. Then find of the height of the helicopter above the ground. So suppose here the given is that here the given building is given, and above the building one helicopter is there, and their angle of elevations are 30 degree and 60 degree respectively. Suppose AB be the building, and from the top of the building, this AB is the building, and here the observant is there at the point P. So from this P, the angle of elevation, the looking upwards direction to A, which is the building AB, top of the building, and then angle of elevation is 30 degree. Now there is a helicopter above the building, okay. Suppose the height of the distance between the building and the helicopter is x, and this is the total height from the ground of the helicopter, and this is since this is the position of helicopter, so angle of elevation from this point will be 60 degree, that is given, okay. This is the height of the helicopter from the ground, that is BC. This is the top position of the helicopter, and from the point P, the observer observed the helicopter, so angle of elevation from of the helicopter from the ground will be 60 degree, okay. Suppose the height of the building will be AB, that is 10 meter, and the angle of elevation from this point on the ground to the building will be 30 degree, and to the helicopter is 60 degree, okay. Therefore you can see that APB will be 30 degree and CPB will be 60 degree. Now let the height of the helicopter from the ground CB, from the ground CB will be x, okay. The height of the helicopter from the ground CB will be x, since this helicopter is above the building, okay. Now you can say that from triangle ABP, tan 30 degree is equal to AB by perpendicular by base, that means AB by BP, that is 1 by root 2 equal to value of AB is 10 meter and BP is unknown. So BP will be 10 root 3. Now from this triangle BPC tan 60 degree is equal to perpendicular is CB by base, that is BP. So that will be root 3 is equal to x by BP, since we have let CB is equal to x. Okay, so BP is equal to x by root 3. So in from both case you have got value of BP. Now equate these two value, so you will get the value of x. So 10 root 3 is equal to x by root 3. So it is 10 into 3, that is equal to x. So x is equal to 30 meter. So height of the helicopter above the ground will be 30 meter. Okay. Now see the next sum. The next sum is an aeroplane when flying at a height of 3125 meter from the ground passes vertically below another plane at an instant when the angle of elevation of two planes from the same point to the ground are 30 degree and 60 degree respectively. Find the distance between two planes instant. Okay, so what's the sum saying? The sum is saying, suppose from the point C the observer is at point C, okay, and the height of the first aeroplane is 3125 meter from the ground, that is BD, and the second plane is at x meter above the first plane. So this is the position of the second plane, and distance between first plane and second plane is x meter. Now the angle of elevation of the first plane from the point C is 30 degree, and the angle of elevation of the second plane from the point C, which is on the ground, is 60 degree. So you can easily say that DCB is equal to 30 degree and ACB is equal to 60 degree. Now see from the triangle BCD, so this triangle, so theta is given, that is 30 degree, so and perpendicular is given. You can find the base, so you can take the tan identities. So tan theta is equal to BD by BC. So put the known value, that is 1 by root 3 is equal to BD is equal to 3125 by BC. So from here you get BC is equal to 3125 into root 3. Now from the triangle ABC, is larger triangle, you can say the theta is 60 degree. So tan 60 degree is equal to AB by BC. So root 3 is equal to AB. So what will be the value of AB? That will be sum of BD and DA. So it will be 3125 plus x. So 3125 plus x by BC. Since AB is equal to AD plus BD. Okay. Now root 3 is given. So from here also you can find out BC, that is equal to 3125 plus x by root 3. Now again equate this to BC. Okay, so we will get the value of x. So equate it. Now 3125 plus x by root 3 is equal to 3125 into root 3. Is that imply 3125 plus x equal to 3125 into 3 if this root 3 is multiplied to this root 3. So it will be 9375. So x will be 6250, this minus this. Okay, so distance between two planes will be 6250 meters. Okay, hope you can understand. Okay, next sum is also very important for your exam. So this is the last sum of today's class. So let's see the sum. See, the sum is saying that a man observed the angle of elevation of the top of a tower to be 45 degree. He walks towards in a horizontal line through its base and covering 20 meter, the angle of elevation changes to 60 degree. So you have to find out the height of the tower. So what the sum is saying? The sum is saying that the observer, the man, is at the point C, and this is the tower of height 8 meter, and the man looking this tower from the ground towards upward direction. So there will be a angle of elevation, and the angle of elevation is 45 degree. Now the man walks towards the horizontal through the line, okay, and he covering it 20 meter, and the angle of elevation changes from 45 degree to 60 degree. That means this smaller angle become bigger angle. So you can easily say that the man walking towards the tower, okay, the man is walking towards the tower. If man is walking opposite side of the tower in this direction, so angle of elevation will be decreasing. Since the angle of elevation is increasing, that means the man is walking towards the tower, okay, and this distance is 20 meter. The covering distance is 20 meter. So you can let that this distance is x, okay. Now see the sum. A man observe a tower from the point C with the angle of elevation 45 degree. Therefore angle ACB will be 45 degree. He is covering 20 meter, and the angle of elevation changes to 60 degree. Now he is at the point D. Therefore ADB is equal to 60 degree, and it is given that DC is equal to 20 meter. Let DB is equal to x meter, and height of the tower is h. So what you can do, from the triangle ABC, from the larger triangle, here the angle of elevation is 45 degree. So you can take tan 45 degree equal to height you have to find. So AB you can write, and the base is BC. Now BC will be, so here you can write tan 45 degrees equal to AB by BC. Now you can see BC is sum of BD and DC, sum of BD and DC. So it will be x plus 20, since BD is x and DC is 20. So it will be x plus 20. So put the value of it. 1 is equal to h by x plus 20. So x plus 20 is equal to h. This is one value of h. Okay. Now from this triangle, means ABD, here tan 60 you can consider. So here height is AB and base is BD. Okay, what you have to consider? ABD. Okay, which triangle? ABD. Okay, from here the height is AB and base is BD. So tan 60 degree is equal to AB by BD. The value of tan 60 degree is root 3 is equal to h by x. The value we have laid. So h is equal to x root 3. So we get 2h. So you can equate this to h. In the previous part, the h value of h is x plus 20, and from here we got the value of h is x root 3. So equate it. X root 3 is equal to x plus 20. So x root 3 minus x equal to 20. So after calculating it, you will get x is equal to 20 by root 3. So if from here you can see, we have to find out the height of the tower. Okay, so we have to find height of the tower. So height of the tower is h. So here, from here you can see x root 3 is equal to h. So h is equal to, put the value of x, that is 20 by root 3 minus 1 into root 3. Okay, this root 3. Now do the rationalization. 20 root 3 into root 3 plus 1, root 3 minus 1 into root 3 plus 1. So you will get 20, multiply it. So 3 plus root 3, it will be a square minus b square. Put the formula, 3 minus 1. So that is equal to 20 into root 3 plus 3 by 2. So it will be 10 in bracket root 3 plus 3. Now put the value of root 3. So after calculating it, you will get 47 meters. So this is your final answer. Hope you can understand this sum. So try sum number 16, 17, 18. I will discuss that sum in the next video. Today's class is up to this only.